Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third and long for Mayfield. Going up top. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play. So it might as well have not even had the penalty.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hunt. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. To throw on 2nd down. Floyd. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
He's checking crack. Hey! Stay at home. Stay at home.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here I come.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt. They get it to him running left, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Let's get it.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Watch safety creep, watch safety creep. Hurry, hurry. Real. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
They'll run for it. Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. 4th and goal, Charles. All the time you see those offenses, especially the quarterback, the running back, looking over the sideline saying, don't send the kicker out. There they did it, and it paid off.
It's really nice to see what they wanted actually done. And how about the coaches getting their faith rewarded by a touchdown?
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Check out. 622. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Come on. Front nine. I got you.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Luck. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a first down. They'll run with Lindsey. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. One receiver left is Hilton. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Luck. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Browns drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
53, Mike 53. Hey, D-line, let's get in.
Play fake. Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Mayfield now. And that will be incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taken in at the 11. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give him much better starting position. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, Locke. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Locke. Ebron's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Again, Locke. And his pass incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Luck throwing again. Dancing to his left. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. He's at the 50. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early. And get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Set, 180. Mike 58 right there. Switch up, switch up.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. 20! And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime.
32-yard attempt.
And the kick by Rosas is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board. Well done.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Luck. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Christian Kirksey. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Luck. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Joe Schobert, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Here's Jones. A beautiful spin and room to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. 58 yards, the distance covered on the punt return. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
And that jumps the excitement level up a few notches, doesn't it? What a big-time punt return for a touchdown. Now their cohorts on the special team side, they've got to add the PAT.
That would be the equalizer. Rosas to add the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Block on 3rd down. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Check the backer, check the backer. Hurry, hurry! That's me.
So that'll back him up 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now Mayfield. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Love. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And he connects with Ebron. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 36-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. He's coming. Monday.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Funches has it complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Luck. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Throwing again is Love. And he's got his tight end. That's Ebron, and it's a Colt touchdown.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Eric Ebron, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Colts 24, Browns 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The former Brown, Jabal Sheard, able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hurry, hurry. Hey, alert 33. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Let's go.
Mayfield looks to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game. $20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Back the pass. Checks it. Alert. Hey, alert 33.
Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.